What would you say you do here?
It's the Signal Chords, home of the Underground podcast. A podcast dedicated to up-and-coming bands, labels, artists, and more. Plug in and join your host, Brad Nunnery, as he dives deep into what the future of music has to hold and discover something new along the way. What else do you have to do?
Hey, what's up? This is Chris from the band Fire Sale, and you're listening to Signal Chords, home of the Underground podcast.
What's that you say? Another tragic day. This time won't be the last time as we light the fuse of malcontent and scream. Day after day, we grow passive with each moment as we accept that change is not on its way. So what now? As it falls apart and it carries on, you infer your false savior and the prophecy of a broken past dark. As it falls apart and we burn it down, we offer up slain children and the sacrifice to the flash of God.
This latest song from our friends in Fire Sale, it's called The Albatross. It comes to us courtesy of Negative Progression Records. Many thanks to Chris for recording that promo for us. Really do appreciate it, man. Now, if you want to find out more about that song and others, you can check it out on episode 6, I believe. We had Chris and Brad from the band to discuss that song and many others. So definitely check it out if you get a chance, all right? All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Brad Nunnery. Welcome to Signal Chords, home of the Underground podcast, season 2, episode 9, presented by 1603 Designs. My guest tonight is Omar Feliciano. He is the frontman for a New York City rock band called The Phoenix Within. Super excited to talk to him. I've gotten to know him over the past couple of years via the interwebs, helped them promote their music in the past, but they have a brand new single out. It's called Next, as well as another single they dropped this year, and it's called Abuso. We're going to talk to him all about those two songs. Songs on the way. We're going to talk to him about the Summer Dragon Tour. Those guys have probably about 8 or 9 shows lined up in July. We're going to talk to them all about that, how it all came to be. But right now, let's get into their music video for Next. It's their lyric video. It's on Signal Chords, home of the Underground podcast.
We're blinded, we're deaf, yeah, to all of the answers. No one can save us. We're lost and defeated. Nothing redeems us. No one can save us.
Omar, The Phoenix Within, thank you so much for joining us. I had a little technical snafu right there. I hit the wrong button, but Omar, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
All's well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, man, no doubt. Yeah, your video's kind of cutting in and out, so I apologize. But yeah, you doing good? Everything good? How's everything up in New York City?
We can't complain, dude. Had a long, busy day today. We just came from the studio, recorded a new song, something heavier in the realm of metal.
Oh, really? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, a little more metalish. But
Okay.
yeah, that's what we did earlier today. And now I'm here talking to you. Thank you for having us, seriously.
No, absolutely. I'm sorry the other guys could have joined, but tell them I said what's up, and like to meet those guys down the line. So I guess we want to start off with we've kind of gone back and forth for the past few years, since probably like 2021 when your album Overdue came out. And we worked with you guys on a couple songs there, and these two new singles, Next and Abuso, they're the next step of what The Phoenix Within is all about. I can definitely notice a change, a little bit more technical, a little bit more progressive rock in the songs, and we can break down the songs here in a little bit. But I guess I want to start off. You guys are from New York City. You were, I guess the band came together in 2012. How did it all come about with the Phoenix Within? And was it always a rock band, or did you have any other kind of genres that you wanted to break into, or is it just just one of those things where you guys got together and you all had like-minded and got together and started doing things?
So I started the project back in 2012. And the first recordings came out in 2013. Probably when we first came out, I would say it was something in the realm of punk, post-hardcore, around there, that kind of genre there. Heavily influenced by like Nirvana, 30 Seconds to Mars, stuff like that. But I was just coming into the role as a front guy. I've never really been that comfortable in that position. But at the time, I was just tired of being in and out of bands that, like they would fall apart here or there. So when I started the Phoenix Within, I said, this is my project. This shit will die when I die. And that was just the rule that I stuck by. So the first lineup didn't work out. So the second album that I did, because I just refused to stop. I was like, I'm not stopping. I'm just going to keep going, whatever. The second album was completely acoustic. And as an acoustic act, still under the same moniker, still under the Phoenix Within, I played a shit ton of shows, all that stuff. Or if a friend would have me, I'd sleep in their house. But I was just out there playing songs. Eventually, I stumbled upon Nick Narlis, who's the bassist of the Phoenix Within now. And he had two brothers, one who played lead guitar, John Narlis, and another brother who played drums, James Narlis. So I got a whole new lineup from there. That's when I met you. Yeah. We recorded a whole new album called Overdue. That one starts off punkish and then it just gets heavier.
I did notice that. Yeah.
And it was purposely recorded that way. It's like a first couple of songs of Overdue were just Nick and I, just those like punk ideas being, fleshed out. But then as we got the other remaining members, and their synergy was just insane. It just got heavier. And the album starts like that. It's like pop, punk, happy. And then it just gets like a little angsty and a little heavier and darker. And these next set of songs that we released are just that. It's for us, it's like a continuation into like that other realm.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I was listening to Overdue just to remember, because it's like 2-3 years ago now. And I wanted to refresh my memory of, when we first started helping you promote your music. And I'm like, all right, I need to go back to the back catalog and go back to where it started. And I remember there's some pop punk elements, and it was just so weird. And like the two singles out now, I'm like, they're so different, and so more like almost hard rockish, more to that. And I actually really like the way that you guys are going now, because it is the more progressive, and it seems to be a little bit more balanced now, at least with these two singles. And I really enjoy them. And and it's funny because Next came out just recently, right? You dropped it about a week or two ago?
Yeah, last week Friday.
yeah. And I was like, holy crap. I mean, this song is like probably one of my favorite songs. I mean, I love Abuso too. But this one, I was like, this is right here in the wheelhouse, and I love what you guys are doing. But yeah, it was a little transition. Listening back, I'm like, I don't remember. Like, oh yeah, I do remember them being a little bit pop punkish, but no, but it's great stuff, man. And I continue to follow you guys and do support you guys as much as I can. But yeah, so and I was going to ask you if John and Nick were brothers, because I'm like doing research and I'm like, okay, all right, cool. So what happened to the other Narlis brother? Did he just kind of step down, or did you fire him?
They fired him. No. No, we actually have really good synergy with him. He actually just filled in for a couple of shows we were doing out of state, because our drummer Steve Kahn at the time had to go to a wedding. So James just stepped in right away. And sometimes we'll all be in the practice room, the two drummers and everything. And then one drummer will look at the other one and be like, you sure? You sure about that? That's what you want to stick with? Like, just to fuck with him,
Yeah.
But no, we have good synergy. But James, he was getting married and, just the grown-up adult stuff. And we were lucky enough to stumble. I think we opened up, I forgot where we were playing in Brooklyn, but that's how we met Steve. And we just got into talking, and he's like, man, you guys sound good. And at the time we had a fill-in drummer. He was like a little shaky, and he was like, is a drummer like a new member? And I was like, actually, he's just filling in for today. And he's like, oh, cool. He's like, well, if you ever need a drummer, I'm available. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. I was like, and
nice.
it just fucking evolved. And he just fucking would send videos over of him playing the Pessimist remake and Lacking. And I love that because those were like the hybrid tracks, as it was like punkish to heavy, the last on the Overdue album. So we just gave him those, and he just learned him, like, and then that's it. Like, he's just he's a great writer too. Like, because he's not just a drummer, he also plays keys, a little bit of keys and guitar. So he's very melodic. He's two different style drummers, but like we still work together, all of us. Like,
yeah, that's good. And so are you guys all from the city, or are you guys kind of spread out, or are you guys relatively close to each other?
We're all from New York City for sure. Steve, the drummer, he's based out of Brooklyn, but the others were all here in Bayside. I'm originally from South Ozone Park, though. I just want to rep that. My hood. What's up?
Oh yeah, represent. Yeah, you got a sign. Do they have a sign there in Rose Park?
Yeah, no, that's all I got.
I don't know how it works.
That's all I got.
My whole family's from there, so they all, just like old New Yorkers, the boomers, they work their whole lives up there, then they migrate down south. And my parents migrated down south many years ago, but I've been here probably since first grade.
Wow. Okay.
So my dad's from Long Island. Oh, my mom's from Long Island, and my dad was from Garden City. So.
Oh, I know Garden City. That's pretty close to us. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's we have a long history of New Yorkers and New York family. So I'm always anxious to talk to bands that are from New York, and it's not every day you get bands from New York City. So it's really cool because it's usually, it's either Jersey or like out on the outskirts. But it's really cool, that you guys are doing your thing in the city. And I'm sure is it easy to get gigs out there being just such a big city, or is it a tough city to break into?
It's no. I feel like the venues here are pretty down to, to have you and to host you, but it's just a very busy city is what I would say. Like, there's a lot of bands out here, dude. There's so many bands and there's a lot of venues, but there's also a lot to do. So it's like sometimes, it's you being able to get the group of friends who'll be like, they'll hear all the themes within's playing, and then they come out and do it, because it's a busy fucking city, Like,
yeah, do you almost have like
always doing something?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do you almost have like a built-in crowd? It's not like you're playing, you guys are from like somewhere in Nebraska where you have to like sell 500 tickets in order for you guys to actually get paid. Is it kind of one of those things where there's always people in, whether or not they're there to see you or see the other bands, they just want live entertainment and go to see it? Is it a little bit more easier for bands in New York City to be able to do that?
I wouldn't say it's easy. No, I think it's just work, dude. No. Like, we've been very lucky, knock on wood, especially these last couple of years. I would say that growth. We've just been very lucky because we just never stopped working, even during the COVID stuff. Like, there was a lot of bands that were just during that time actually recording and finally sitting down and do stuff. But dude, we've put out like 3 full-length albums, an EP. We've published books. We've let go of all different kinds of merch. We sold fucking cups, markers, wallets, hats, underwear, shorts. Like, we're just always trying to work, like, and that's really just the gist of it. Like, you have to keep working. Shit doesn't happen overnight. Nothing has happened for us either. Like we have a clique of friends that, are willing to show their support at all times, and if they don't come, they still buy a ticket. It's like they won't come, but they'll still go online, buy a ticket, and be like, give it to the band and be like, get it out there. Like, give it out for free,
that's awesome, man. Whatever. That's really cool. That's support.
Yeah. Or they'll buy merch, like, because they know we record frequently, and that shit's not free. So they'll just buy merch because they know that we're really we just take the money, and we don't make money. We just take the money and throw it back into, we're going to record a song,
that's smart.
But that's what I feel like that's what it comes down to. You just got to keep working, keep recording, keep doing stuff, and then keep playing at the same time. So it's your plates are full if you work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to ask you about the pandemic and how you guys were kind of affected. Did you kind of turn your attention to doing the merch and doing, the books? Because I was going to talk to you guys about the coloring book or whatever, and the you do the music book too, right? The tablet.
Yeah, the tablet books, right? Yeah. So that came out of that, where it was like, okay, so we have all this music out there. We've already told people we have this music out there. Streams are what they are. We're not like any big act, And then it was just like, what's another way we can, push our music? We can get something called a mechanical royalty. like mechanical royalties are when you print your shit. So we went backwards, and I just fucking went, and I the first songbook I did was like Beatles style, because it's just like here's the word, the phrase, and then like play a G chord over that, and then go to the next phrase, because that's how they did it, and I was like, why the fuck not? So we did it, and dude, that brought in revenue, which allowed us to book space to shoot videos. So we were just like, all right, we have that album, let's shoot out videos, boom, 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 boom. And that brought up the YouTube, like a lot more. And it was just that, like, people were like willing to do that. Oh, wow. A local band, unsigned, artist with songbooks. Like, oh, that's trippy. Where, it's not like a Nirvana fucking Halford, publishing or whatever. No, we fucking
Well, that's what struck my curiosity. I'm like, man, do it. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it, man. I mean, hell, just put it out there. You never know. You know what I mean? And if it's paying for your music videos or whatnot, that's smart.
Yeah, and that's
brilliant, man.
And we just emailed people like, hey, we published a book. Would you mind buying it? And they were like, fuck yeah. And some people would be like, hey, we'll buy it if you sign it, so we'd be fucking signing them and then sending them out, with thank you notes, and just that's really just us awesome. Just being thankful, like, that people were like, all right, I'll do that. I'll do it for the hustle. Let's go.
Yeah, no, that's smart, man. And you got to find different ways like that to kind of recycle, like you said, like the money. All right, you're not making money off it, but you're using that for a music video, and you've created all these like high quality music videos, and we're going to talk about Abuso, because I love that the latest music video from you guys, and I know it costs a little bit of money to do a lyric video. I don't know if you guys do those by yourself. Now, speaking of the music videos, do you have a guy that does it? Has done every single one? Is there a go-to guy, or is there
not for every single one, but the last couple of videos, we had one guy. He actually just did. So he's worked with like Fire from the Gods. Angel Vivaldi. He just did As I Lay Dying. What else is it? He does like all kinds of shit, like all kinds of big guys. He's actually based out of Long Island. Awesome dude. I always shot him. He always signs a video, directed by.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So he came about. He's just a fucking cool guy though. Like, he's also a musician actually. Before that. Yeah, he gets it. Like, before that, like the first music video the Phoenix Within ever did was for a song called Free Myself. We used a different guy for that, based out of Philadelphia. So we had to travel all the way out there. His name was Chris Newhart. He plays in a band now. I think you've actually featured him on Signal Chords. What's Chris's band? Sleep Cycles. Cycles.
Yeah.
Frontman of that band, his name is Chris Newhart, and he did the first video that the Phoenix Within ever did, which was Free Myself.
Awesome.
But like super cool. But yeah, like for now we're using his name is Tom. We're using Thomas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
very cool. Well, I'll have to give him credits. In the comment description below.
Oh yeah.
Looking to do it out there.
Oh, dude, he's phenomenal. He's super nice, super creative, just super chill. Like I work by like, we all the guys in the band, it's like you gotta have a vibe with people, like, and if you gotta trust that gut, and if it works and they're not just bullshit, you work with them over and over again. It's like, so we will be filming a music video for Next, but it'll be later during the year, just because that dude's schedule is like insane. And also we have a run coming up, and that in itself
we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. The Summer of Dragon, is that what it is? Summer Dragon Tour.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Summer Dragon Tour. Yeah.
But that's crazy. That's awesome. I mean, it's an amazing job, and I guess we could segue into it. Let's talk about Next, because we did the music video, the lyric video for Next. And I wrote a little bit of side notes here about the song and what I took from it. I think it's very heavy. It's probably one of your heaviest ones to date, your most progressive one to date. The lyrical content is so deep. That hooky chorus, I love that chorus. It's just one of those that sticks with you. Can you talk a little bit about this song and what it's all about and how it came about?
This one was for Next?
Yeah, for Next.
I'm sorry, it broke up a little. For Next. Oh yeah, no. So Next was well, it starts weird. Like weird in the sense that why I say is weird. So okay, so rewind. So I work in a lab. My 9 to 5. I work in a college, in the university, and my lab is connected to another lab. And so somebody wanted to get to that lab, but I didn't want to walk around. There's a secret path where you take a back corridor, a maintenance corridor, which they never want you to use. They're like, super dangerous. Don't go back there. I'm like, fuck that. I want to save my steps because I'm a lazy fuck. So, so the person's like, hey, can you let me to the lab? And I'm like, sure, I'll let you in, but through the back way, right? So we go through the back way. Every time I take somebody through that secret corridor, most people say, ew, this place is freaky. Ew, it's scary. It's ugly. Ew, there's cobwebs and shit, you know?
Yeah.
This person was like, wow, this is great. This would be a good place to hide during a school shooting.
Wow.
And I was just like, dude, I never fucking heard that in my... I've been working at this particular lab for like 13 years. You know, I never heard this in my whole life. But then the reality strikes that, you know, in academic settings, dude, we know. Yeah. We turn on the news and there's always some fucking tragedy in a college, in a school, in elementary schools, in the mall, in the theater, live shows. There's no fucking safe place, you know. So that just resonated in my mind. And one thing, like I always have pads and papers next to me on my phone also as well. And I just wrote what was coming to my mind. And, you know, I went on Google, looked at the statistics, you know, on the Gov sites. And it just boggled my mind. I'm like, you know, I never thought about it that way, you know? And so, you know, musically, we were in the room and it starts with a riff from Nick on the bass, and he's just like, yo, this shit sounds like bees, like and it just fucking, and it went from there, and it was just one thing to another. It all clicked. And, you know, John with his riff guitars, and then we got Steve. Steve, when he writes drums, he's also very melodic, you know. So it all clicked, and the lyrical content came from that story. But yeah, and real life, you know, that I like to write about real life.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's because I love lyric videos. The invention of a lyric video, like if I was a kid, like it would be game over. I mean, I remember growing up and, like, you know, recording a band on tape, and then I learned this from my sister. Yeah, and I would rewind it and I would write lyrics exactly like that. But, you know, and then I would do that with that, you know, and then I would do that with the radio hits. But then when I found my own music and I got into NWA and Eazy-E and, you know, the West Coast rap, like I would go back and forth. I'm like, I don't even know what a 40 is, but I'm gonna write it down. You know, like I had no idea. But that's the way we had to do it back then. But these lyric videos are amazing. So I'll take them all day. So I love the fact that I could read the lyrics and try to decipher what's going on.
Dude, that's so funny you said that, because for me, they feel like album art. You know, like when you had a CD, you had the pamphlet and the words would be there. So for me, that took out the needing to write it down, right? Like, oh, it's like, here's the words, you know? And it's you
saved that carpal tunnel, you know what I mean?
You're like, oh, yeah. But I did do that. You know, I remember doing that. But then, you know, you got when CDs came out, and it's like, oh shit, here's the book. Here's all the pictures. It's so cool. You know? And sometimes they'd have little stories in the back, or like, you know, who they thank for. And I fucking love that shit. And now with the digital music, you don't get that shit. You have a digital artist, you pay for that, you pay for the art and stuff. But the words get lost sometimes. And I listen to a lot of you know, I listen to all kinds of music, but like, you know, lately I've been listening to more heavy stuff. And sometimes you'll have to listen to the song 30,000 times. And I do listen to it 30,000 times before you figure out what the fuck I'm saying, you know?
Yeah.
The lyric videos are just like boom, boom, boom. So that's my digital version of album art, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm happy with that.
It's awesome. And you know what frustrates me is when you know, like you were talking about CDs and stuff, and there are some bands that like you would open it up and like, oh great, they're lyrics, but it's like almost handwritten from the singer, and it's like doctor's writing, and I'm like, god damn it, I can't read this shit. You know what I mean? Just like spell it out. Just use like bold font, you know, like use a Arial bold, and that's all I need. I don't need your fancy handwriting kind of bullshit.
I don't need that shit. And don't digitize the etching. Just fucking give it to me straight, man.
I need it. I need it in my veins. All right, so let's talk about Abuso, and we talked about the music video for it. I love this song. Seems like a really people can really grasp a hold of it. Lyrically, because I think it resonates, the subject matter, should I say. I love the music video. I love it's emo to me. It's one of your most emo songs to me. I love the chorus, the group vocals, the gang vocals, and the harmonies and that guitar solo. I love. I love the driving guitars, the bass tone in it, and the guitar. Should I say not the guitar solo, the guitar leads? The one like lead that they have that you guys have. It's just amazing. So let's talk about Abuso and if you want to inform everybody what the song's about, and it's pretty heavy as well. Like these latest two singles are like really heavy subject matter. So I didn't know if anything was biographical. I don't even know how to say it, but it is a touchy subject with abuse and relationships and family and all that kind of stuff, and that's what I got from it.
Dude, I love to write about real shit. Like that's just one of the things. Like I'm not saying I don't write love songs and stuff like that, but there's a lot of good artists out there and stuff like that. But I like it when the lyrics are versatile. I like it when they write about more than one thing. You know, it's not just love. It's not just breakup. So I like that color, that kind of color splashing. But yeah, you definitely hit it on the nail. There's a lot of my truth in there, and there's truth of other people and what they've gone in, and I blend it together, and this is the mesh. You know, like I've never been in a shooting, but I wrote about the possibility of that happening, being really high when you look at it statistically. Sure. You know, and then you look at abuse, and abuse can happen in a number of ways, mentally, physically. It can be prolonged, it can be short, and it can happen to anybody. You know, then you have to add other factors, whether there's drugs, whether there's not drugs in there. My personal growing up, I had an abusive father who took out his shit on. And so that definitely played a role in my stories, like songs like Daddy Issues. People like groove to it and dance to it, but if they really listen to the lyrics, it'd be like one of those fucked up shit where they're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? So I tend to, like, it's funny you say emo, like, you know, but yeah, it's that. It's like, I love emo shit because I'm an emotional guy, and that like music is my channel, is how I get it out. But Abuso is that. Abuso is exactly that. It's for the people who are stuck in that scenario. You don't have to be stuck there. And it's just that. I'm not trying to give advice to anybody. I'm not a fucking counselor or anything like that. I'm just telling you, we've been there. I've been there. And there's always a way out. And that's really what I was going to. Vocally, I was trying to get that angst in there. And I think we tried our best to do that. Guitar-wise, that's all John. John's a fucking animal, dude. He's a fucking beast. I tell him all the time, and still he's like, I suck. And then you'll see him practicing by himself. Like, he's more emo than he gives off. He's a Lamb of God kind of guy, but he's still just sits there and fucking shreds. And you know, he went crazy with like the fucking whammy bar and that shit. All the sounds towards the end. We have a terrific producer we work with. His name is Rob Freeman. I always think of the Phoenix Within as we have just a group of people who are always there to help us. You, dude, are always helping us promote our songs. So I fucking thank you truly from the bottom of my heart. We have producer Rob Freeman. He's a singer and a guitarist for the band Hidden in Plain View. And those guys are emo post-hardcore. So they've definitely had an influence on me because I listened to them before I even got to work with them.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
And then we have, you know, Tom Flynn, who's always doing those music videos for us. and just the guys in ourselves, like we always like are trying to push ourselves, whether it's musically. Well, we'll play something like Next, I think, is a perfect example where it's like you won't hear the same thing over and over and over again. Even when they write like a breakdown, it's like it's not the same thing over and over again. And they'll be like, time signature, fucking switch it up. Don't bore me. Like, and so we keep pushing, and lyrically I try to do the same thing, because if musically they're killing it that way, then I'm like, okay, I got to push it now. What can I do different that I didn't do? No, did I sing about this? All right, then I'm not going to sing about that for this one. I'm going to sing about something else. Yeah. And then just take it from there. But yeah, it's a team.
Yo, absolutely. You got to have a team around you, and you want to have people you can go to and trust and be able to do it. Because if you're constantly searching for a new producer or new somebody to record the record or a new studio to go into, it's just like it kills the vibe that you're trying to go with. You know what to expect, at least when you're using the same people and you have that, you built that trust and all that kind of stuff. It's and listening to these songs, and you're talking about vocally and stuff. What I love about this band is, like, I know it's because I listen to a whole bunch of different music. I have to for this page and all this kind of stuff, and support all these different kind of bands.
I can't even imagine your email box, dude.
No, it's actually not too bad. It's actually not too bad. It's actually what I want, because I wanted to eventually not have to seek these bands and have bands come to me. It makes my job a hell of a lot easier. So, and that's, I'm pretty much there now. But I don't get, I get more spam from, promotion companies and promotion people or whatever, trying to push their bands. And that's great too, because I learn about more other bands. And so I welcome it, but I listen to all these different type of bands, and a lot of times I'll get kind of in a rut, and everything kind of almost sounds the same, like whatever genre that I'm listening to. It's not, in my head it sounds the same, but when I listen to the song, it doesn't sound like everything else. But so it's hard, but and I'm trying to give you a backhanded compliment. But every time I listen, every time I listen to the Phoenix Within, I hear your voice and I know exactly who it is. And that's what I love about it, because you have that one, like that soft, like gentle style, but like with the heavy music in the background. It's like it complements each other very well, and I could tell every time it's your band playing, because I have a playlist of my own personal playlist that I have you guys on. I'm like, oh, there's Phoenix Within. There's a lot of bands where I have to go, oh, what band was that again? Oh yeah, I like that band a lot. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things. So it's a compliment.
Dude, that is a great compliment, and I swear to God, it means a lot, dude. It means a lot, because it's like even like identifying as whatever kind of band. People are always like, oh, I heard Overdue, but maybe they only heard the first half of the album, and then they're like,
right.
You guys are a great pop punk band. I'm like, right.
You're gonna love our next song. It's called
like somebody, yeah. and then they'll come watch us live, and I don't do any of the acoustic stuff. If they listened to me like a few years back and it was just the acoustic, they're thinking, or they're coming to a show thinking it's gonna be those songs but with full band,
right?
And then it's not that, and they're like, you're like metal now, like what happened?
Just keep them guessing, man. Just keep them guessing.
And I'm just like, I never said I was anything, like, it's just like, I'm like, dude, Latinos are weird, bro. Like, so I'm like a Hondurican. My mom is from Honduras, my father's from Puerto Rico, and it's like, if you have a guitar in the music, you're just rock. Like, there was no if you say I'm playing with my friends, and they're like, if it's not fucking salsa or bachata or cumbia or any of that shit or reggaeton, you're a rock band. They don't go into the subgenre.
The subgenres,
like, rock, and I don't listen to rock. That's it. Like, and they walk away. So I'm like, rock is rock. Like, whether it's acoustic, and or whether you're fucking metal guttural, those guttural vocals, like, it's rock. Like, so for me, it's just rock. But I guess we're more prog rocky.
I mean, at least the latest two singles,
the latest stuff,
definitely. The latest stuff for sure. That's what I noticed. From from these last two singles, I'm like, I don't remember them being this proggy. But I love progressive rock. I love it. I love progressive metal. I've gotten into it as of late. My genre is like they change in with the tide. You know what I mean? There will be some times where I'm nothing into ska. I'm nothing. I listen to nothing but ska, or I'll listen to nothing but punk or melodic punk, and then I'll be into a metal phase or a metalcore phase, and it goes with the weather. You know what I mean? And but I've been around this earth a very long time, 48 years, coming on 49, and we're older people nowadays, and so like we are cultured. We remember the Nirvanas, but we also remember Ace of Base. You know what I mean? So trying to find those
you need those
bands in between.
You need that. It can't be all the
Yeah.
same. Like like you said, you just go numb, or you end up just not wanting to listen. Yeah, you're like,
Right.
I'm good. I'm tapping out, like, whatever. It's like, no, I like the changes. I like to hear, anything and everything. Like, whether, dude, I'm not even allowed to connect my fucking iPhone to in the car, like when we're with the band, because it's just too random. Like, it'll go from fucking Bollywood to K-pop to like, salsa, merengue, reggaeton, and then go back to like metalcore. like they're just like, no, like, no. Give me the wire.
Oh, dude, I made the mistake because I was thinking that I was the music pro at my day job. We have like these team outings, that's because I work in an office. I'm an official sellout because I work in an office building, but we have these like team outings, to promote teamwork and stuff. And there's a place called Wakaiva Island, which is kind of like it's kind of like an islandy feel. It's got like a little kind of river or whatever, and they got a bar there. It's kind of like a tiki kind of thing. It's in the middle of a neighborhood. It's a really cool place. It's a really cool thing to do a team builder. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna put on my beach mix. And so it has a lot of Revolution, Modest Yahoo, a lot of Iration, like all those, Ballyhoo, like all those kind of reggae bands. And I'm like, well, everybody loves reggae. You can't, whatever. So I'm playing it. And then I think Jimmy Buffett came on because I like Jimmy Buffett. They're they're like, what the fuck is this? And like they don't even get the reggae either. Like Brad's cut off. He's no longer in charge. And I was like so insulted that I'm like, I'm the music guy. This is good shit. And they're like, no, you're cut off. And they give me shit for the past like 4 years now that I'm not allowed to play my shuffle.
Dude, I totally feel your pain. That's literally that unless it's my car and I'm driving. But when it's the whole band, we don't fit in my car. I have a fucking Yaris.
Right.
So they're like, no, band.
Yeah, I've stopped doing that. And, like I know in my head that I'm the master playlist maker. Even I'm like, fuck those guys. They don't know what fucking real music is.
You don't know what you're missing.
They don't like Cheeseburger in Paradise. Who doesn't like fucking Cheeseburger in Paradise?
Fuck you guys. Posers.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about. You got a couple other music videos that we're going to highlight here, and we're going to play in the podcast. Contender is really. I love the slow intro in it. I love the heavy sounding in it. It just sounds heavy, just like weighted heavy, and I love about it. Let's talk about this song and how this song came about.
Vocally, that one is straight up just a dude getting knocked down, or whoever it is, just getting knocked down over and over again, dusting themselves off, getting back up. Just that, doing it over and over, even when everybody just keeps piling on. Musically, again, it's the guys, Nick, John. I forgot who started this one. Might have been John for this one. Might have been John. But the strings still, I still remember when we did the strings were like a last minute thing, the whole intro. And John's, one of the things that John plays when he drives is the Batman. Who's the guy who makes the music scores for the Batman movies, the Dark Knight ones? But whatever, like there's a lot of like violins and strings like that. So he listens to that like a lot. So I was like, dude, how sick would it be to have like an intro like that for this? And they're like, all right. I was surprised. I was expecting that. Right. No, you're banned from these ideas. But they were like, all right, challenge accepted. And we just sat there and we're just like tweaking, and it came together. But the song in itself, I love writing songs. I guess it's the punk in me, like that underdog. It's definitely an underdog story. A lot of the Overdue album was that. A lot of the, doing your own thing, not letting people like hold you down. The power of words. There's a big power in words. Whether you're telling it to yourself or you're finally drawing that line and telling it to somebody else. And it's the same case of the abuse scenarios. There's a lot of power in words, whether they can use that to fucking break somebody down and hold them there, or you can break yourself free and exit from there.
Broken things, delirium, the blood, the tears, the pain. I have lived to tell them all. I am not very tall, but pray to God you never wake the giant sleeping inside me. And this is not the story of one who never falls, but one who always rises when he does. I
and it's like, everybody loves the Rocky movies, and never let animosity or just let it build up. Like you're always going to achieve something. You know what I mean? No matter how much you get knocked down, all that kind of stuff, and that's what it's all about. I mean, COVID kind of proved that, and we talked about that a little bit earlier. Like you could either sit down and just take it and do whatever, or you can start making books and doing other things and not just doing it. And then that's what it's all about. And I love that message in there. All right. So Raw Energy, we're going to go to, it's a little upbeat musically. It's one of your more upbeat musically. I love the chorus. And this is the gang vocals that I liked. I was reading the wrong notes for Lisa, but hopefully no one caught that. But I do love the gang vocals, the harmonies, and the guitar solo from this one. So let's talk about Raw Energy.
Yeah, Raw Energy was definitely like I would say like a leftover track from the Overdue vibe, but it was just about that. This is definitely that pop rock anthem where it's just like, fuck you, motherfucker, I'm gonna do me. Like I don't want your 9 to 5, that. Middle finger to the man, middle finger to the to whatever's trying to tell you can't do the music, because I get that. Like I'm an old fart, and people would be like, dude, so do you think you'll ever stop? And I'm like, why? Like,
right.
I enjoy everything I do. I enjoy writing. I enjoy releasing. I enjoy, playing the shows and doing all this shit. So it's like, it's hard for me. Like sometimes I'll meet people out there and be like, man, I'm so glad, you're still doing it and you still, believe. And I'm like, dude, nobody told you to. No. And if they did tell you to stop, that's on you. Like, if you wanted to, tap out. And I get it. Things happen in life and all that stuff. But this was just basically my fuck that shit, know, and it,
I like it.
Like, just fucking do it. Just do you, boo.
Funny because you talk about that and you're like, all right, well, there, you're saying, oh, you're still a musician and doing this because it's been ingrained in our heads or from passed on from childhood to childhood. You need to go get a full-time job and you got to be somebody by you're this age. But I think you and I share that same quality to where the pandemic helped me and helped me revitalize my love for music, and I need to do something. So that's where Signal Chords came from. It was like I have this office job that I'm a corporate slave or whatever, and I do that throughout the day and it pays the bills and that's all great and gravy. But my stint in radio was like my love and passion, but it didn't pay worth a damn. Yeah. So I'm like, all right,
nothing.
How can I just?
But does it make you happy?
Still live that. Yeah, it makes me happy. And I don't get paid to do this. But I'm sitting here talking to you and talking about music and talking about bands that are, and songs that I really like. And this is what it's about. It doesn't matter how old I am, So it's about that. And I love that about that song Raw Energy too. So that's really cool that you have that song for that. It's cool.
Fuck yeah, dude. And again, it's like that one when you listen to it, it's like it's straight up punk, Yeah. But it's like, I don't care. Like the style to me doesn't matter because rock is rock. Like to me, it's rock is rock. And it's like, if it comes out as a pop punk feel, but with like a little heavier bridge, and then like that lead or whatever. But I'm like, the genre doesn't matter to me. It's like just get it out of the system. And what are the thoughts? What are the words behind it? What's fueling it? What are you trying to get across? Definitely the message there was that, like, just fuck everything else. Do that shit. As long as nobody's getting hurt with what you're doing. Yeah. Make yourself happy.
No, absolutely. And you're saying like rock is rock. And I saw TikTok has, I know you're on TikTok, but you get these random videos and you get this feed because, I'm constantly doing music videos. So I constantly see like new bands and all that kind of stuff, which is really great. But I did see, long story short, I saw a metalcore country band. It's like metalcore breakdowns and like country verses. And I'm like, well, this is unique. But I remember when, A Day to Remember did metalcore with freaking pop punk. And I'm like, all right.
Pop punk, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, all right. And, it it was a unique style, you know. And I'm like, well, this is kind of interesting. Well, let's see whether they're, you know, where they go with it. I think they're called Lakeview or something. But it was really interesting. But I never really I'm like, oh, we'll see how it goes, you know, whatever. And it always takes me a little while to ease into like new, like extreme genres. You know what I mean? It takes me a little while, but then I'll eventually I'll get it. But it was just interesting, you know.
We have people like that. Like I remember once somebody came. Where were we? Harrisburg. I think we were in Harrisburg, and it was so fucking funny. Like, because our set, we make it like sometimes we make our set that's like more. It starts with the pop punk, and then it goes into the heavier metal stuff. And so like the person came and was like, I heard Pessimist, I heard Contender, I fucking love these songs, but he never dove into anything else we did. He knew those two songs. He's like, I'm here to hear those two songs. So I guess he assumed everything was going to be that way. So when we start playing the set, I kid you not, dude, his arms are crossed. He's just pouting. He's like just angry. He's just pissed. And then the set starts getting heavier and heavy. You know, like we hadn't even released Abuso yet, like, but it was in our set. So it was like that transition. It said, and then it starts getting heavier and heavier. Yeah. And we have another one called Splinters. That's the one we just recorded today. I'll drop that name there. But Splinter is going to be a fun one too, you know. And so like at the end of the show, he's like, "Oh my God, that was such a fun trip!" Like, you know, like, because you kept me entertained. I was expecting only one thing, but he's like, "I'm not gonna lie to you, I was kind of tight." Like, he's like, I thought I got a punk band for a second, but I was like, "Dude, what does it matter? Like, did you have a good time?" You know, he's like, "Absolutely." And he still hits us up now because he's just like, "Dude, I'm so into now, not just listening to like one type of thing." Like, he's like, "I think that's what I was missing." Where it's like, you know, you even become like, "Oh, I expect this kind of breakdown. I expect this to happen." So it's no longer fun for you, you know. And it's like, it's like, you know, that was the beauty of a band like A Day to Remember back then. It's like you didn't know what you were gonna get. It's like, oh shit, this motherfucker's just he's stroking those chords in me for the punk, the pop, and he just fucking guttural. Like, it's like, what is this? Like, you know, that was the magic. That was the magic, you know.
Yeah, it was the magic,
and the bands that copy them, you know, like it's
dude, I mean, it's still great, but I'll never forget. I was doing a Saturday night metal show on JRR, and we got the free promo copy. Victory Records used to send us like all the free like promo CDs and all that kind of stuff. And I was listening to it on the way home,
so
and
cool.
I'm like, plot to blow up the Panhandle. That song came on. That I was like, what the fuck is this? And then it goes into straight like pop punk. I'm like, holy crap, because we were really we were really big into metalcore back then. So we like the Atreyus and all that kind of stuff.
I fucking love Atreyu, dude.
Yeah, and like I was like, this is the most insane. It's like Blink-182 meets Atreyu. Like, what the hell is this crap, dude? Like, this is fucking insane.
I love it when they make you do that. You're like, this is like if this had a baby with that.
Yeah. And now, so I'm saying the country and metalcore. I'm like, I don't know. I like that will take me a little bit to get used to it. But next thing I know, I'll have like Lakeview tattoo because I'm hardcore into it.
You show up with a country hat, but like study belts.
Like spikes on a country hat. Yeah, it would be all good. No. Speaking of shows, let's talk about you've got a summer Dragon tour. You're out in New York, Pennsylvania, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, 4 shows in Texas. Let's talk about that. How'd that all come together?
We just knew we had to do a run. We actually were planning to do a run with another band in the beginning of the year. I think like we started planning like back in October or November, but I just know like it unfortunately it fell through. Like, so, and this a few months before that, we were trying to do a run with another band that fell through. So this time around, I just got tired, dude. It always brings me back to like, sometimes people just don't believe in you and you just kind of have to prove to yourself and to everybody else that you can do this. And it just came down to that, where it was just like, I got led down by more than 2 bands really, when you put it together. And also like people and bookers and all that stuff. And I was just like, you know what? It's fine. I'm just going to step back and I'm going to book it myself. I send out like maybe 830 something emails, dude. Like in 1 week. Like I remember I was like, Google was like, we're about to ban your shit. But it got put together eventually, and it was just like, this is the first time that the Phoenix Within actually hits the road for this long consecutively. We've played in Texas before. We've played in Pennsylvania a few times. But this is the first time. So we were like, let's do it. Like, what's a good rational, like a good amount of time, about a week and a half to be out there or whatnot. But we're going straight up from New York City to Texas. We'll go up and then and drop down, and then head back. But it was a combination of calling people that we had established relationships with. I have a good friend named Eric, who I was able to run everything by him, and he without him, there's no way this would have happened. But then everything else
know
was,
all the clubs that you're going to and playing.
Yes, he basically knows a lot of people out there. So he was pivotal. Of course, the guys in the band are also pivotal, because it was just like we knew this is what we wanted to do. So all of us being on the same page was critical, and we were all on the same page. And it was just like, yes, let's do this. Let's make this happen. And then we broke it up into little pieces, where it was just Eric and I sending out emails and follow-up emails and more emails. And then, like, that number is the amount of emails I sent. I can't even imagine what Eric did on his side. So put it like that, you know. And at the same time, you're releasing new music, making sure the promos go out for that and stuff like that. And then once we verified all the venues, then we send out all the promo stuff for that. And dude, we're looking forward to this. We really are. And I hope next time it'll be an Easter Coast to take me to you.
Dude, let's
down
do
there.
it.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, you know. And then so we ended up calling it, you know, the Summer Dragon Tour, because it's, you know, the year of the dragon in the Chinese calendar. So
okay. I was going to ask you what the
and then
what the significance was.
It's straight up that. I was like, it took all these years. Like, I've had the Phoenix Within since 2012, but this is the first full band run. You know, like everything else that before that was just me and an acoustic. It was just like, that didn't matter. Like, I could sleep in the car, I could sleep in somebody's basement or whatever. That didn't. But this is like the first full band, and it's like, I feel like we have a lot of good songs, a lot of songs that people will enjoy out there, and so you know, fingers crossed, and you know, knock on wood and all that shit.
Do you guys have?
We named it after the year.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. So do you guys have a van already? You guys already know how to pack it. Do you guys do a lot of practice? And I'm gonna put my bass there. I'm gonna put the drums there. Like, if it's like your first time as a band, it's like you gotta figure it out. The Jenga,
Tetris thing. That it's fun. Like that part of it. It's down to like a clock thing. You know? That's good. What was a little different this time around was definitely the merch. Like, you know, like, because you got to get a bigger volume of merch, and hope to God people buy it. You know, like,
I mean, pay for the gas back on the way home, huh?
Exactly. You know, but we're truly looking forward to it. Name that's where we stand.
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit there. Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry. I was like, so we have the merch, we have the shows, we have the dates, we have the announcement, we've made the events, and now we're just waiting. We're just like, okay, here it comes. And in the meantime, we went to the studio today to record a new song.
That's awesome. Are you going to release the song before you guys go out on?
No.
Before you go out? No.
We want to record a video for next.
Okay.
So probably when we're back from that run, we'll find the time to book that, release that, and then we'll release this newer track later. You'll be the first one I hit up. You know that.
Oh, dude, hell yeah! You got my cell phone number. You better send me that freaking Dropbox link, son.
Dear internet, I have his address, his cell phone, his email.
I'm editing that shit out right now.
I got it all.
I'll put your shit on there too. I'll have everybody spam your ass. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's awesome, man. I can't wait to see the progress and see you guys out on tour and seeing you guys doing your thing and knowing that you know what it took to do this tour. I think that's super awesome, man. And I wish you guys the best of luck on it. And please do keep me posted on the new song. And anything in music videos as well. You know, I'm always going to support you. Where can people find out more about the Phoenix Within and find out some merch and you know, all that kind of stuff? Where can people find you online?
Oh, fuck yeah. You can find me on the internet. I run all the social media pages, so if you add any of them, you're adding me.
Awesome.
To people, you know this, dude. I love just mailing out care packages to people, just like to give them like a feel of what the band's about. You know, honestly, dude, we're just. It's gonna sound so lame, but we're cool guys, and we just like to play music, and we actually like to get to know people. Like I like that. I like talking to people. I like hearing their input and their stories, because honestly, their stories might match my stories, and then we write a song about it. Like, but they could just Google the Phoenix Within. We have a link tree, and the link tree has everything on there. If you have social media, just add us as the Phoenix Within. Please stream our shit. If you know any cool bands out there that wouldn't mind swapping shows with us, we'd be more than into it, you know.
Awesome. Omar, I really appreciate it. Tell the boys I said what's up, and hopefully you guys make it out to Orlando soon, and we can hang out and drink a beer and shoot the shit, man, and do our thing. But much luck and success on the road and with future music. I'll be waiting very patiently for your text message.
Fuck yeah. Thank you so much, dude, for the opportunity and the chance to talk about the Phoenix Within on your show. Honestly, it means a lot.
Man, absolutely appreciate it, Omar. Appreciate it. All right, see you.
Fuck yeah. Later.
Hey, that was awesome, man. Thank you.
Awesome, dude.
Yay, short and sweet, but no,
it's tons of fun. Man. Tons of fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining, dude. I really appreciate it. And
that was a real pleasure.
Thanks for the shirts and shit and all that kind of stuff.
Dude,
that was a
my
nice
pleasure.
Surprise in the mail. It was a nice surprise, dude. I was like, oh hell yeah. So no, it's all good, man. And one day I'll make shirts and I'll be able to send them to people too. So we'll get there.
Dude, just thank you for the opportunity, and I apologize for being fucking 22 minutes late, dude. Like, I swear to you, tomorrow I will go over there and burn down the Cross Bronx. You might read about it tomorrow.
No, I'm all good, man. No, I had nothing else to do tonight. I put the kids to bed, and my wife took care of the kids and everybody. So I'm like, I got the night that here in the man cave to just do whatever I want to do.
Yes.
So like if you join half an hour late, I'm all good. I don't have screaming kids and dogs and shit. No, I'm good, man. So
dude, fuck yes, dude.
But yeah, seriously, keep me posted on everything, man. And I got your back, whatever you guys need. And I'll try to put this together as fast as I can for Wednesday.
Take your time, dude. Definitely no rush. You take your time, bro.
Yeah. So I've gotten all the pre-show stuff already done, because I do a lot of edits and stuff. I do everything on my phone, so I edit everything and all that kind of stuff. And I've got all that work done, so I just got to record the physical intro, and then just put everything together. So hopefully, and I'll keep you posted once it's all done. And then if there's time, that I'll let you see it before it comes out if you want to, if you have time. But
dude, you're amazing.
Wednesday's the goal, brother.
You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing.
Cool.
Seriously, dude. Thank you so much. Brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
well, have a good night, brother, and we'll be in touch as soon as possible, man. All right.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you so much, bro.
All right,
Later.
brother, take care, man.